The definition of wow very large okay.
Huh?
Yeah,
Large. What is large? Hi, I'm Zain.
I'm Bolin.
I'm John.
Hi, I'm Leah, and this is
Zula Chit Chat.
Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of Zula Chick Chats, or as John would like to say, Zula Dick Chats. And
Dick.
we guys here today. We are here to talk about guys' expectations in relationships. So we previously did a girls episode, so now we have the guys to share. But before we jump into the expectations, let's talk a bit about your past dating experiences.
Oh, very little lah.
Okay.
Mine is literally 3 people. Mine has been on for 1.5 months. 1.5 months.
Oh,
1.5
6
years.
weeks.
1.5 years. I remember.
Also 3.
Okay.
As of today, 8 months.
Ah.
What? Turn down for what? As for today, 0 months.
Hey!
Okay, I got 5. Yeah, winner.
Oh my god! But I think we'll start off with a more generic response from your end. So, what to you is the most important factor when it comes to what you expect from a partner?
So one of the expectations that I have is like a certain level of maturity,
Okay.
right? Because I don't want to have to babysit, and I don't want to have to deal with issues that are non-issues. For example, right? I feel that like they have this very unrealistic, idealistic idea in their head that like when they're upset, I must be able to read their mind.
Oh, the girls!
Yeah, you know, there are certain incidents whereby this will be okay. Say we were supposed to watch this show together, but I watched like one episode, for example.
Oh my god, I hate that!
No, but that kind, you know, this kind of I would say the more trivial behavior, but still upset worthy.
Now, one of my ex, she thought that I watched one of the Netflix show without her. Actually, she dreamt it, but then she cannot remember she dreamt it. She thought it's a real memory. Yeah, then I kena. Then I'm like, okay, sorry, I won't watch again. But really, you must be like me, this kind of guy, then you can get out with double one. It's really one. It's true.
Is that why you're single now?
Kidding.
Look, for me on the other hand, right, it's like I'm a very picky person, I'm gonna say it. So when you ask me about expression, I really got a list. I think mine, the main thing must be able to vibe with me. We can chill, but we can still have fun. Like same type of understanding when it comes to social settings. Because usually breakups, right, they usually happen because of misunderstandings when you are put in a social setting. So for me, it's like as long as we are both on the same frequency, then you can already.
With that said, we'll go into the categories of different expectations. Okay.
Sex.
That was my last topic, but then
Your last.
Bolin said,
Obviously.
okay, sex, very good, guys.
The dry spell for too long.
No, I don't think so.
That's true. Wait, hold on.
You do a lot of the, but don't have the.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bolin, yes.
Yeah.
So, is it important?
Okay, to me, I feel that it's quite important. You can vibe very well, you can communicate very well at the same frequency, but then I think
The basic human needs,
yeah,
Since we're on the topic of sex, I think that is important. Being compatible. For example, if let's say your partner is in terms of, for sexual terms, right, a little bit more dominant. So if you have two dominant characters in bed, sometimes it's a little bit. So it becomes a bit.
both sides more wow, more better lah. The definition of wow very large okay.
Huh?
Yeah,
Large. What is large?
You want to talk about that?
My definition of wild is very broad.
Very broad. Sorry. I think about sex then about the big and small, large, and you know. I mean, there are some cases where you know both sides dominant. Then actually got another new round. You know, I round 1, round 2, bonus round also try. Then I'm like, wow, I pay the bonus round I pay.
No, but okay, I think we're talking about slightly different things here. When it comes to sex, there's definitely like subconscious roles that you end up fulfilling.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, I'm a switch. I go with whatever my partner is interested in. If let's say this is something that y'all cannot agree on in the bedroom, right, and then like your clothes coming off, you're not thinking already, right? It becomes a compatibility problem because like suddenly neither of you are fully enjoying yourself.
Now you say until like that, I think that I'm like your type. What you want, I come lie lah.
Correct. So I really appreciate it, right? If let's say, right, when I'm in bed with my partner tell me what they want.
So moving on, we will talk about Something similar to sex but like affection. Is this important to you?
I think love language is very important. That is literally the first thing that I will talk about during my first date.
Oh wow.
Like, what is your love language?
Okay.
Because I need to know.
My first one is physical touch. My second one is quality time. And let's say you don't like to like PDA, not say PDA, not like Nazi in front of them or what. No lah. You know. After so many experience, right? If I found the one and if the love language is really not physical touch.
Yeah.
I really need to learn to compromise a bit.
What you say is important about compromise, because I think in a relationship, right, you must recognize that these are two separate people, so you cannot expect that you fit each other in every aspect of your life. Like for me and my girlfriend, right, we also different. For her, it's acts of service. For me, I do like to be consistently holding hands. That is something that she will participate in, even if it's not necessarily the main way she will show affection. And I think this is where you talk about compromise, meeting in the middle.
Yeah, back to the communication aspect, which is technically the next point.
Last time I'm like this. I'm like, okay, how about I just don't mention it? Okay, you go with the whatever guy go out eat whatever. I don't care. I just bottle. Then end up I explode. Then everything still goes back to the same square one.
That is you compromise wrongly. It's not like you give up then you're unhappy. You must be okay with giving it up.
Even if you're not okay, right, you must be okay to talk about it.
Yeah.
So like for example, with one of my exes, right. So for example, I don't like clubbing, right, and I don't expect my partner to don't like clubbing. So my partner will say like, oh, I'm going clubbing with my friends, and then I'll tell you say thanks for letting me know. But if you still want to go with your friends, please go, right? But I trust you. So I think this type of conversation, right, will be good to sort of like reach a better compromise within yourself than you just bottle up.
Okay, so that brings me to my next point, which is solving conflicts. Wow.
Solve conflicts.
Oh, maybe some expectations for certain partners, right? They may have. They expect the guy to initiate.
The expectation is very simple. Firstly, we must still be clear with our intentions. After that, right, the conversation must be productive. For example, you talk about Bolin's example, right? He said that I want to go out with my ex, but I feel it's fine, and then I don't like it. And then there's this fundamental difference, right? I hate to say this, okay, but the solution is in the long run, you're gonna have to break up.
I mean, he did.
When there's a huge conflict, I want to solve it here, now, straight away. Meeting, let's call. What's the problem? A, B, C, D, E, let's go. You know the kind. But then my partners they are like, oh my god. They are the run away, you know. I cannot.
But the thing is, for me, I don't understand, because for me, I need to like, okay, I got a lot of emotions now. I'm very angry. I don't want to say hurtful words, so I take my time away. And then previously, it was like I would not talk for 1 week. Then I slowly cut down to like 4 days, 3 days. Now like 1 hour, okay, we talk. Like my partner also tries to understand, okay, you need your time, okay, fine, I give you your time, but give me a time. When are you gonna meet me? You want how many days?
When to readdress?
Yeah, when. So that is how we compromise.
In terms of values wise, right, must be someone that I can accept even if I don't necessarily agree. Like a good example would be like, I don't like clubbing ma. So if like you're a party animal, right, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I can accept if you are responsible and you enjoy yourself.
For me, I would prefer someone that is a bit more innocent in the sense that the person is always like take care of other people, a bit selfless kind of. Then I'm like, wow, super attracted to kind of.
I see.
Yeah, I think mine is the same also. Like just the basic being a good human to me is enough already. As long as we vibe. Your principles in life must be there.
Don't have hidden agenda.
Yeah.
The next point is a little bit about what we covered just now, which is on trust. Are you all okay if your partner hanging out with like a party that is potentially interested in you, or maybe the opposite sex?
Like if the guy want to my girlfriend, the kind.
Yeah, maybe. You say you know already, right?
Ladies, you must understand. I'm a guy, okay? I also horny before one. Like how they want to, I know one. It's not I don't trust you, I don't trust him, man.
Well, what you say is true, right? There definitely are shady men out there. I feel that in order for that to be a problem is if my partner chooses to participate in whatever the person can offer. And that's where the trust thing becomes important.
But I think mostly for guys, right, even for myself, it stems from the insecurity within me. Like I don't want you to go out with whoever because I know for a fact deep down that this guy more handsome than me, more buff.
No, and there is one very quick solution to that, you know. Because these are all things that we care to admit, but we don't dare to admit to our partner. So if we're able to admit these things to our partner, right, and then our partner has the maturity to understand, right, then it will be a way easier conversation. And this is also one way you all can build trust.
Next one, A bit more superficial, but appearance. What do you expect a partner in terms of appearance? Do y'all have any like certain type that you like? Must look like that.
I got no appearance preference, to be honest.
Really?
For me, I think if the unicorn girl will be sporty short hair.
Unicorn.
This is the ideal type.
Oh, sorry, my a lot of people ask me this question. Is it because I tall? I 195 cm, then I only a 5 tall person. That's very, very untrue. A few of my ex is like 1.5 plus one.
No, like Seal.
Yeah. No, Seal is 1.4.
Oh.
Seal too short. Seal cannot. Height doesn't matter for me, but I'm more towards the a bit cute type lah.
I think for mine, it's not about the looks, but it's more of hygiene. Like, you need to be able to make yourself look kempt. Like, for example, if you are going on a date at a restaurant, you dress properly.
Yeah.
Like, don't come and wear like slippers or whatever.
Dressing is important to you.
To me, the sense of dressing is important. Like, you have to have your own style. For me, like, before I go on this, I'm like, okay, now the thing is, I would say, okay, today I'm wearing this outfit, like, quite formal. Okay, so be cute. So it's that kind of vibe whereby we don't see each other, then when we see them, like, wow. So when we go out, we got power couple vibes. So that kind of vibe.
Next expectation, future plans and life goals. What do you expect in your partner?
For mine is simple. Like, if the person does not share the same future plans as me or doesn't see the relationship in the way that I want to see it, then we cannot vibe. For me, I would say upfront, I got a 5-year plan. I want to do this, I want to do my masters, then I will share. Then let's say my partner was like, I just want to be at home and just like shake leg. Then I'm like, no go.
Okay.
Because I would want the person to be able to have their own ambitions and achieve it and be independent. Because I'm an independent person. If the person is dependent on me, I would say I'm sorry, but I don't think we can vibe.
Personally, I don't believe in marriage. Right? I don't want to get married as long as there is no value in it in terms of like for example in Singapore, marriage got value in terms of getting a house. Or like I don't want to get married unless we are both ready to accept that we're going to be building a family or something like that. I only want to be a parent when I know I'm ready, right, to sacrifice to be a parent.
Yeah.
And these are things that I think are quite a deal breaker for me in terms of what my partner must be willing to do.
I think in the previous video also, like the girls mentioned say they do have like a plan, and usually it's like before 30 they want to like this. A lot of guys maybe not ready for like the before 30 they want to
30
No,
28 already, you know.
No, but I totally understand. But the thing about it is that I feel that like we cannot be too old-fashioned about thinking about this kind of thing. Like I don't deny that there is this aspect in our society whereby the guy is like the appreciating asset and the girls have a little bit more, they call it a shelf life. But I think that thinking is getting a little bit outdated, so we shouldn't be too trapped by that.
Right. Okay, last one is finances, so money. Do you expect a partner to earn a lot of money? Do you expect a partner like average income? Okay, what do you think?
I feel that for me, right, I got no expectations for finances in the early part of our relationship. So if let's say we start to entertain the fact that we may want to move in together or we may want to start a family, then that's when this finance thing becomes a bit more of a discussion.
I will feel more secure if both of us are earning the equal amount or slightly equal lah. Because I come from a poor background, so some of the case, right, my partner is actually earning more than me. Then it became an issue whereby, why you never do this? Why you cannot earn more? Why you cannot blah blah.
Okay, that's quite toxic.
But it's not like I never work hard, you know.
Yeah, it's just that not up to the expectations.
Yeah.
For me, like I don't really discuss like finances. As long as the person is working and earning, to me is good enough. Because I also come from the same type of background. And the thing is, we know how it feels like to hustle like 3 to 4 jobs when we were younger. Right. And then let's say if the person is literally not doing anything, then I would say, why are you not looking for a job? And the thing is, at the same time also must have transparency.
Yeah.
Not saying like, you must tell them how much you earn. But rather, if there are problems, for example, now COVID-19, right, got a lot of pay cuts everywhere, then I would say, actually my company is looking into doing a pay cut, so I might have to like save a little bit more and cut down on my expenses. So hope you understand. Then they will be like, okay. So at the very least, transparency must also be there when it comes to money, especially during tough times.
Yeah, man.
So for example, if these expectations are not met on your end, I was gonna say, what is the answer? But the answer is
break up. No, I feel that there are some that are more deal breaker than others. Because you cannot expect your partner to check all your boxes. No such person exists. But if this person is willing to work on those things to try to help each other meet in the middle ground, right, and you're also willing to do that for that person, then this is a relationship that can grow. And I think that's what we all need to look for, you see. People always try to see the relationship as like it's my forever, it's my soulmate.
Yeah.
Let's get real here. Everyone has bills to pay, everyone lives a different life, everyone has their own problems, right? And I think two flawed people coming together to find their own middle ground, that's how you find a relationship.
People always tell me after my breakups like, hey, I think you should lower down your expectation because it will only lead to disappointment. But as I grew older, I realized that it doesn't necessarily lead to disappointment, but expectation can lead to improvement, be it yourself, themselves, or also the entire relationship and the quality of your life.
I think the key issue here is you must remember to be yourself also.
Correct.
Yeah.
You cannot drop and then feel like you're not the same human.
Yeah.
You see?
Right.
They say you aim for the stars, maybe you land on the cloud. Still okay, ba?
Correct.
The moon man, no man.
No, but okay, another thing I realized that I think we need to address here, because if you are in a relationship that can work, right, that means you are able to invest time into it.
Yeah.
Right? And I can very, very certainly say that every single person is different from the person 1 year they are.
Correct.
1 year ago.
Yeah.
So you can grow into a better person. Likewise, your relationship can grow into a better place. And likewise, your expectation can grow into something that fits each other better.
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Walao, quote of the day.
I guess I was going to say to conclude this video is actually the expectation changed through time. So I
Yes.
think it shows very clearly from when we were younger what we expected versus now what we expected when we were all like similar ages, right? It's very, very, very different.
Yeah.
And we did an episode on girls' expectations also, right? And then I
Yeah.
realized that being in both episodes, girls and guys kind of expect very, very similar things.
Right?
It's just that sometimes it's misaligned because the person is just not right for each
Yeah.
other, for example. Or you assume each party wants a different thing. In actual fact, everybody's just the same.
Correct,
All you
man.
need to do is communicate.
We're just
Yeah.
sad, lonely people trying to find other sad, lonely
Yeah,
people.
and with that said, we have come to the end of this video. So thank you guys for watching this video. And if you guys have any other expectations of your partners, if you're a guy, if your expectations of some girl, leave in the comments. Let us know. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to see on future episodes of Chick Chats. And also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.